So I'm down here on Lake Cook Road, heading westbound, and I got off on 94. And Lake Cook Road is a east-west, and it cuts between three north-souths. One all the way up on towards the lakefront. 94 is a north-south. That's the far end by Highland Park, or the closest to the lake, the furthest east. And then it hits here at 294. And this is another north-south, expressway, 294. And then the third is further west, is 53, Route 53, which goes north-south. And so you get all these pieces of garbage, like this minivan who stays on your ass, who could have moved around you a long time ago, or me, because it wants to go faster. But I would hope the Riverwoods cop would bust him for speeding and pull him over and throw him in jail. But, that doesn't happen. But understanding this, and the reason I bring this up is if the new Bears Stadium is going into Arlington Heights, these are three arteries that deliver to Bears Stadium. So you get off at 94 and you head down Lake Cook, but they would have to have intelligent lighting system. So it takes you no time to go from Lake Cook Road down to 53, and you get on at 53 on Lake Cook Road going southbound, and you take that down to Euclid Road. You get off there and you're at Bear Stadium. Euclid westbound. But also you get off of 294. And now let's think of this. 94 runs into Milwaukee, and so does 294. So both of them run into Wisconsin, bringing people down into the Chicagoland area, down to Lake Cook Road, which would be the preferable exit, and then heading down. It's a 3-lane highway, but the problem is it doesn't have intelligent lighting, and you need intelligent lighting to make it feasible, because you have to do this infrastructure and you have to bring in intelligent lighting. And so it's just not that the Bears are going in Arlington Heights. All the surrounding communities will feed off of it with increased traffic. But you'll have two major here, and then you get off of it at 94. Coming from the city, you would get off of Willow Creek. See, when you're coming from Milwaukee or Wisconsin, the far North Shore, Lake Forest, you would get off at 294 at Lake Cook, or 94 at Lake Cook. So everything from the north heading south would stop at Lake Cook and head down towards 53. Everything coming up from Chicago would get off at Willow Road and head westbound, and it turns into Palatine Road. But there's another problem with Palatine: no smart lighting. So you catch lots and lots of red lights. But these are two north-south east-west arteries, Lake Cook and Willow Road. And they have to get smart lighting so the people on here catch one red light at the most, and everything is green all the way to 53. And so that allows for, smooth flow to the stadium and from the stadium. And all the communities, it's not only Arlingtonites, all the communities in the north and west area need to be on board with the stadium, because they'll have to provide related to the infrastructure. And so, again, it will benefit because a lot of tourism, meaning these communities will get a lot of people that never come into the communities. And so, again, people from Wisconsin and that, usually they don't get off at Lake Cook or Willow, say, but they'll get off at Lake Cook. And people from the city that don't come up this way. And then you'll get people from Oak Brook and everything coming up 290 and from the backside of the city, because that's the Dan Ryan and all that. They just take Dan Ryan outbound from the city and go up 290 and follow it all the way around. It connects to 53. So anyone on the backside of the city or in Indiana, they can get to Soldier Field in an hour on 53 in Arlington Heights. So it doesn't preclude people coming from Indiana. It's actually very easy for people to come from Indiana. Right up 294 to 53, 53 to Euclid, Euclid westbound. So the stadium would be good for all these areas, and that means Elgin and all those other places will come down. And like I said, you can have all kinds of agricultural shows and other things at the stadium besides football, if they make it adaptive, where you can reconfigure the stadium. You can even play baseball at it if you can reconfigure the stadium, making it adaptive. Like, United Center, they have to change some of the seating with hockey, the basketball, and so on.